One doctor from Boone Hospital told me that the changing guidelines was a bombshell to the physician community.
Yes. We have team coverage. KOMU8's Colin Ruane is reporting on the president's story, but first we go to Katie Hynes to see why MU's English department is ready to see the chancellor go.
The English department took a vote of no confidence in Chancellor Lofton's. The Columbia Board of Realtors found the cost of buying a new or existing home in Boone County has increased in the past 5 years. The game this weekend was scheduled to have a whiteout theme. The university was selling t-shirts that looked like this one. In the past fiscal year, out-of-town Mizzou football fans have brought in, on average, more than $4,000 per home game.
Sudden closing of a daycare this week is proving to be problematic for both parents and employees. Good evening, I'm Chris Gothner. Jim has the night off.
And I'm Brittany Pieper. A daycare in Columbia told parents today it will shut down for good on Friday. KOMU8's Katie Hynes is live at the Child Learning and Development Center with parents' reaction.
The parents of about 100 kids will have to find a new daycare for next week. Many parents found out about the closing from a note posted on the center's door. Here's the note. It says the center is closing due to the building's foundation needing work. A few parents told me they don't believe the foundation is the reason why it's closing. We have learned the daycare has been cited numerous times for violations dating back to 1994. During a recent inspection in October, the daycare was cited for 8 violations, including the fact the director was not routinely on duty, as well as there being no approved director on staff. The facility also did not meet requirements for child enrollment and health information. One parent tells us a lot of families have recently taken their kids out of the facility. We also tried reaching out to the current owner, but our calls were not returned. Reporting live in Columbia, Katie Hynes, KOMU8 News.
High school softball coach Courtney Haskell works every day to make sure her players are safe on the field.
And communication is key. You know, the biggest thing is teaching them the fundamentals so they can stay safe. And then, you know, stressing those every day, working on them, and then lots and lots and lots of communication.
But as with any sport, injuries happen. Last season, 2 of her players collided at practice. Both of them suffered concussions. A concussion is a brain injury caused by a bump, jolt, or blow to the head that can change the way your brain works. Hickman's trainer says the recovery time is different for every athlete.
It is so subjective with concussions, and everybody comes along a little differently. It's hard to say you'll be back in 7 days. Concussions are the one thing that it's just really hard to predict what that date of return will be.
The Missouri State High School Athletic Association has been tracking concussions in high school activities for 5 years.
In MSHA's last report, they found 89 reported concussions in softball season, while baseball reported less than 70. MSHA also found that softball players missed over 1,000 days of practice or games, while baseball players missed 630.
While those numbers may seem startling, MSHA's executive director says it's simply because of better awareness of concussions.
We don't think that concussions has either increased or decreased, even though data is going to show you that it's increased. We think that's because they're just more aware of it, reporting it, telling you what's going on.
Echoing Haskell's chief lesson that communication is key. Katie Hynes, KOMU8 News, Columbia.
Booneville Superintendent Mark Ficken told me he was unaware the cybersecurity audit was happening until the district's office received an email from the state auditor's office. 2 business days later, the superintendent says a representative from the state auditor's office showed up to the school district on Tuesday looking for an office space where he could work for 400 hours. Ficken says he doesn't know how the audit is being conducted and that Booneville is not suspected of fraud or of mishandling finances. State Auditor Nicole Galloway says the cybersecurity audits are to see if student information is secure from a cyber attack.
With interacting with schools in that way and using that technology, schools have a responsibility to proactively make sure that that information is secure and is safe.
Galloway says the audits will focus on making sure student information is kept private and safe. The plan is to audit more schools next year.
The FBI announced it processed more than 185,000 background checks. That's nearly 2 per second for gun buyers on Black Friday. That's a record high for one day. The background checks are processed before a buyer can purchase a gun. Target Masters in Columbia did not have an increase in sales from previous Black Friday weekends, but the store expects to see an increase throughout the end of the year because of election season and holiday shopping.
Compared to last year, sales were just about the same. It wasn't an increase for us, but they were both good days, but they weren't an increase in gun sales.
Another gun shop KOMU8 talked to said it did see an increase last Friday. The previous FBI record for gun background checks was in December 2012 after the shooting at Sandy Hook Elementary School.